how do we know what we know, you know? Before we go down a philosophical rabbit hole and never come out in Wonderland, there's a whole field dedicated to helping us figure out what we know and how certain we are about it. And sometimes that can mean the difference between life and death. In 1948, tuberculosis killed tens of thousands of people a year in England and Wales, more than all other infectious diseases at the time combined. Its rampage was so devastating that it became not only a likely way to die in a Victorian novel, but also birthed an entirely new methodology, one that would come to reshape public health as we know it. At the time, a new and expensive experimental drug called streptomycin looked promising for treating tuberculosis in cases where patients might otherwise die. But to work out if this pricey new drug was really worth it, the British government had to know whether it helped actual TB patients survive. Enter statistician Austin Bradford Hill. No relation. He randomly assigned patients to groups either receiving the drug or not, but with no other differences between them. His reasoning was that dividing up the patients would isolate the effect of the drug, and not some other thing, like whether doctors paid more attention to certain patients. Hill's approach is called a randomized controlled trial, and it was a revolution in the world of statistics. Not only did it confirm that streptomycin helped TB patients survive, it also blew the door open for testing all kinds of things, from the best way to give insulin to diabetic patients to stopping hair loss. That's just one example of the power of statistics. Hi, I'm Vanessa Hill, and welcome to Fast Guides, a study hall series that explores different college majors. Let's dive into statistics, a field dedicated to figuring out what it takes to really discover something, and how certain we can be about it. First, the basics. Statistics is a mathematical science that helps us know what we know and make vital conclusions about the world around us using data. That means answering life's major questions, like how many more patients survive if given a drug? What are our odds of staving off global warming? And of course, what are the chances I'll make it to work in time to grab my favourite bagel and topping combo off the communal snack table before I get stuck with cinnamon raisin and lox like last time? Statistics also runs through every field, whether you're a doctor or an anthropologist. Statistics is a whole framework for answering questions in a systematic way that also tells us the certainty we can have about our deductions. Knowing that, it's probably not surprising to learn that statistics plays a huge role in science and gets to the very heart of scientific investigation. Once you've collected data on something, a lot of doing science is doing statistics. After all, to determine the odds of anything, you're probably conducting a statistical test on data. Like, say you drive your snotbot through a whale blowing its nose to assess the health of whales in your region. Your next move will be to analyse the data you collect, making sure Horatio, our friendly neighbourhood whale, is healthy along with the rest of his pod. Meanwhile, on dry land, you might be looking at the frequency of drought and how likely it is to affect your farm this year. And then maybe you'll look broadly at how climate change is impacting both rainfall and whale snot, changing life for both Horatio and the farm simultaneously. Overall, a college major in stats will equip you with the tools and necessary skills to look at these issues and every part of the world around you, from whale nasal drip to whether you'll have a good avocado crop this year. But before you can unlock that intrepid future with statistics, you're going to need some background knowledge. Statistics involves working with different kinds of data, often containing numbers. So it's no surprise that the foundation of statistics is math. In fact, a combined stats and math major is a popular choice for many students. No matter what, as a stats major, you can expect some pretty involved courses in relevant areas of math. These include calculus, which is the mathematical study of change, and linear algebra, the toolkit for dealing with linear relationships between things. You'll also be studying probability theory, the mathematical description of chance, randomness, and variation. It is the spice of life, after all. At any rate, math sets you up with the concepts needed to tackle practical, hands-on situations. but they're only a sample of the ingredients you'll need to make the everything bagel that is statistics. As a statistician, your job is to use that math to find answers to real-world problems. So at the heart of your classes will be a broad overview of statistical methods and theory, teaching you how to use data to answer those important questions. That framework will underpin everything you learn in statistics, the hand that shapes the bagel, if you will. Part of that means using statistical models, which come in many forms. Ever see a graph with a whole bunch of points and then a straight line going through it? That's a linear model. It can show you how your lack of sleep affects your mood, for example, or how costs increase with purchases, like all the salmon-flavored cream cheese I keep buying. Stats majors also learn how to manage and collect data, along with the ins and outs of computers and programming, which is really important in our tech-centered world. Along the way, you'll probably pick up some knowledge of programming languages, like R or Python, that help implement the tools of statistics, supercharged with computational power. That's not all you'll be doing with computers. Many statistics majors now also take courses in data science, which helps you extract and understand meaningful insights. Ever wondered how YouTube knows how to suggest another Braincraft video just at the right time? That's data science in action. And speaking of action, statistics majors might also have a chance during their degree to practice the skills they've learned by getting involved in internships, consulting, or research placements in real organizations with problems that need solving. It could be anything from large financial institutions wanting to model how rising car prices contribute to inflation, to helping a local pet shelter work out if ads drive more donations with kittens or puppies. But why not both? Communication and presentation skills can also be a huge part of statistics in practice. In order to be a useful statistician, the insights you obtain from models have to make sense to others. Like, say you need to figure out how best to convey the gravity of warming temperatures, or convince new parents that a vaccine is likely to protect their baby from a disease. That all involves understanding people as much as understanding algorithms, and your classes will reflect that. It's probably clear by now, but pretty much everyone can benefit from knowing some statistics. It's how we make sense of big issues that matter to us, from climate change to pandemics. And why exactly TikTok keeps showing you videos on how to slice a bagel. People in lots of fields use statistics in their work, but data indicators might show a higher success rate for some people. As humans, we're all really good at identifying patterns. But if you catch yourself thinking about how things are organized, or like playing with numbers and seeing what they can tell us about the world, studying stats might be how you can satisfy that curiosity. A statistics degree is best for someone who wants to apply math in real-world situations. Situations they also want to think deeply about while applying new perspectives. And then there's computers and programming. Let's be clear, you don't need to be a coding wizard from the get-go. But being interested in learning more about software and giving it a whirl will pair well with a statistics degree. Finally, critical thinking and curiosity are indispensable traits in statistics. Do you really enjoy getting to the bottom of things? Are you comfortable diving into technical details, unpicking puzzles, and focusing on solving a problem? And do you like explaining your findings to others? If so, a stats major could be right up your alley. On the other hand, data might show some people have a greater chance of pivoting away from stats due to certain factors. For example, an eye for detail is important. If you're put off by wading through technicalities and closely analysing things, statistics might not feel very rewarding. And if you want to develop a deep and substantive expertise in a specific topic, like economics or psychology, a stats degree probably won't give you the grounding you need, unless you consider grad school. That's kind of a pro and a con. Studying stats means you can work in any field, but you might not get that depth right away. Don't let that crush your statistician dreams though. Double majors with statistics can be a good fit, with fields like economics, computer science, and psychology being popular choices. And if it just doesn't work out with stats, don't worry. There's potentially the option of swapping out to a different major, like computer science or finance, that still uses the quantitative skills you have built up in your courses. Whether you stick to pure statistics or pursue a double major, there are lots of routes you can take after graduation. The world is data-centered, and almost all research involves stats. That means you're in demand in a really diverse range of fields. Salaries vary by state and sector, and the salaries we're discussing here are all based on the 2021 figures from the American Statistical Association. In general, though, most stats majors going into full-time jobs can expect starting salaries in the $59,000 to $80,000 range. As for specific companies, lots in the private sector look for statisticians to help solve problems in their industries and businesses. Jobs like these have titles with variation on the terms statistician, analyst, and consultant, which all use statistical skills to uncover opportunities and risks for businesses. Stats majors in the US entering private sector jobs like these can expect to earn somewhere between $59,000 to $76,000 on average. And with the recent growth of data science and analytics, the tech sector has also attracted lots of stats majors. Those with a love for programming could expect in the $70,000 to $96,000 range for tech jobs, which could mean being a data scientist or a data engineer. The insurance industry also puts statisticians to work as actuaries, who calculate the risks associated with insuring something and set prices on their policies. In insurance, salaries for around half of stats majors are in the $58,000 to $74,000 range. Speaking of money, financial institutions also need to crunch numbers and analyze data about their assets, debts, market trends, growth outlooks, money stuff. That's why it's another common destination for stats majors, who can expect to earn about $57,000 to $82,000 in finance or banking. Another common route is heading to grad school, where you might pick up more involved statistical techniques in advanced courses, or specialize in a given area beyond the scope of undergraduate classes. That could be anything from computer science to biostatistics, which looks at many issues, including population health. There are plenty of other options too, regardless of how many degrees you eventually earn. Non-profits, medical facilities, government, and education all offer jobs to stats majors. The odds of finding the right place for you are high, statistically speaking. Ultimately, whether people want to learn from data to discover new insights, make decisions, or even try to predict the future, statistics will always play a crucial role. So if you're up for learning the tools, techniques, and models that help make discoveries in every area of life, a statistics major could be the right choice for you. You may not understand why people scoop out their bagels, but at least you'll understand why they're showing up on your feed. If you want to investigate more degrees before you choose a major, check out our other videos in this playlist. To find out how to earn college credit with Study Hall, go to gostudyhall.com or click the link here or in the description. And if you want to help us out, give this video a like and a comment to let us know how you chose your degree or what you wish you'd known before you started your degree. Thanks for watching.